everyone, it's Norma from Craft with Norma. Today I'm going to look at changing a box of matches to something a little bit more interesting. So these are a couple that I've already made and it's just the empty matchbox with some little bits and pieces that's added to it, and this one's got a little notebook in it as such, a little tag, a bigger tag and a small little card in there, and one of my faux pens, my faux little pens. I've just done a really small one this time, and then I've used some crackle glaze on the outside of that one. And this one I've just done the outside and I'm halfway through. I haven't quite finished it yet, but I thought I would show you how I make them. So first off, you need one of the boxes of cook matches that you can get from quite a few of the shops. This box was bought from a shop called Home and Bargains, here in the UK. So first of all, I'm going to empty all the matches because we don't need those. I'll put those on one side there, and it comes with a little tiny extra piece there which keeps the matches separate, which we don't need, so get rid of that. And then you've got just the blank box. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go around all the edges and paint it in black, which is what I've gone and done with this one. So as you can see, I've painted the insides and the outside base on that one, and all the way around on this one. I've left those pieces there blank because we're going to cover those. And I've just done that with some black gesso, but you can just as easily use black acrylic paints. So quite simple, quite easy. So once you've done that and you've let it dry, and it's better to let it completely dry, we can then get to measuring what we're going to actually add to it. So on this one here, you can see that we've just got a little flap, and that's dead easy to make. I've just got a piece of black card and I've measured it, and it's approximately 5 inches across by 4 1/4, and I've just measured it so it fits onto there like so. And all I'm going to do now is just glue that onto the box. So that's our first option. And you can use, if you want to use wet glue, you can use wet glue, or you can use double-sided tape. It's entirely up to you what adhesive that you want to use to go onto the box. And I'm just going to place that on there like so, and then to keep it in situ while it dries, just going to do that like that. I've just got a couple of paper clips that I'm just going to clip on there just to make sure that all stays nice and neat while that dries. And then the next thing I do is I'm going to cut out the paper. Now the paper that I'm going to use in a sec, once I've done this, somebody passed me this paper over and I really liked it, and I said to her, oh, that's beautiful paper. And she did offer me some. Now I did say to her no, but if she gave me 6 pieces of the paper, I would make her a little surprise package, which is what I'm doing. So the paper that she gave me is sort of, I think it's very William Morrison as such. So what I've gone and done with this is I've gone and cut it to size already. So again, all we're going to do is going to glue that on, and we're going to glue it at the base, just like so. And as I say, I'm going to pass this on to her as a little surprise gift, because she's got no idea what it is I'm going to make with the paper. I just said it would be a surprise, and hopefully she'll like it. So that's just going to go on there like so. Just move that across just a wee bit. And this is the beauty of using the wet glue, is the fact that you can manipulate it to where you want it to be. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the side there. So I've pre-cut that out again. So we're going to glue this all the way down as such. And again, if you wanted to, I suppose you could use a glue stick as well. It's just that I prefer to use the wet glue. And she gave me 6 different types of papers to use, all in obviously the same theme. There we go. Oops. Don't want to really mark that unless I had to. So now on the front cover, because I'm going to have this sort of themed as time that flies, because I'm going to put a little tiny gift inside for her of a small little pendant watch clock, I suppose it is. And I just wanted it to mention the fact that time flies, and then when she opens it she'll realise the fact that it's sort of like themed to be a clock. And I'm wanting the little bird that's there on the lower end of the cover. So there we go, like so. And I do think it's lovely paper, and I just might treat myself to some once I find out exactly where it is that she got it from. And then that's going to go on there like that. Probably just as easy for me to lay it down on the paper that's there. There we go. Make sure it's the right way up, because flowers always grow towards the sun, upwards and onwards, just like that. Slip these off, like so. And then put this piece of paper down. And as I say, it's quite nice as just as a little gift. It's just something just a bit different. I mean, you can, if you're that way inclined, make the box itself, and it is quite easy to do. But I just thought I would cheat, for the want of a better word. There we go. And then I've just got this piece there to go, and then we can move on to the next section. There we go. So I've just spent the day trying to sort out how to download something for the graphics fairy, because I have been selected for their design team, and I've just done my first project for them, and I needed to download it, and because I'm not 100% au fait with downloads and the likes, I found that a bit of a challenge. So we've got the box there now all sorted, it's totally covered. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little triangle, just like so, across there as a little pocket. And I'm going to use, again, just a piece of the black card. And I quite like using black card because I think it frames the whatever work that you're doing. Just sort of gives it a base. There we go. Just like so. Just move that into place. And then I'm going to just glue along the long edge and this shorter edge, just like that. And I'm going to just want that then to dry. So that's going to fit onto there like so. And while that's drying, I'm just going to drop these paper clips onto it to secure it while it does dry. Just like that. And then while this part of the box is just drying lovely, like so, I'm just going to do the inside drawer part. Now again, this is quite easy. So I've pre-cut all the papers just to save a little bit of time, because I'm sure you don't want to see me cutting papers. And I'm just going to run some glue just along the base, just like that. And making sure that the paper's the right way up when I slide the bottom tray in. I don't know whether you can actually see the image there, but there's a peacock and what looks like a fox in this one. And then I've got 2 long strips to run down the 2 long inner sides. Just like so. One, and number 2, just like that. And then here I should have 2 short ones and 2 longer ones. So the slightly longer ones are going to go on the outside of the drawer bit, like so. There we go. There we go, and then the 2 shorter ones can just go inside, so. Just like that. Oh, I'll just use the bone folder to catch it. There we go, and that's going to slide inside my box. Now before I slide it inside the box, what I want to do is I've got a couple of tags that I want to slide on there so they move about. So the first thing I'm going to do is just glue this piece of the decorative paper to this black card. Oops, like so. And then I'm going to get my crocodile and just make a small hole. A small hole there, like so. And I'm going to use my scissors just to make the shape of a tag. Just like that. And I'm going to do the same here with this one, just to give it a bit of a tag shape, and again make a little hole, and then I'm going to make a hole in here about there, and that's the flower there, to this is where it gets a bit awkward because I've got to do it sort of blind spotted as such. So go about there, just like that. So I've made a little hole, and I wanted to do this before I put the tray in, because once I put the tray in I've got no chance of trying to make this little hole, I don't think. So that one goes in there like that. That one goes in there like that, and then I try and find the little hole. And then, lying it down, I've got to try my best to open it out, which is easier said than done when you can't really see what you're doing. Aha! Brilliant. So, I'll get rid of those bits. So, I'm going to put the little brad in there, and I've now got that's sliding up and down. And then for the little pocket, which is here, I've made a black tag and just a little piece of index card that's coffee stained, that just slots into there like that, and then that's going to fold over like so. And this should be able to slide into the box itself. Bear in mind that's the wrong way around, making sure it's the right way around. So let's just try and get that squeezed in there like so. And I'm just gently tapping it down so it closes like that. And I want to make sure that I've got that over the edge where the bread is. So I've now got my little box all sorted, and all I've got to do now is decorate the front. Now, what I've done for the decoration is I've gone and made some little faux wings, just like that. Now these are made from, it's sort of like a paper, it's very, very light. And I've just used a mould that I had, and I'm wanting those. Now I've decorated them using my own distress inks as such, and I just want to have that sort of going on there so it looks like the clock or the watch is actually flying as such. And then I've got a little thing here that says time flies. Now what I want to do with the time flies is put it onto a black piece of card first off. So I'm just going to glue this down along there, and then I'll trim this down because I want it to have a black frame around it before I glue it down. But you've got the idea of the fact that I want the sort of wings. Oh, my hands are a bit sticky. The wings on the clock to represent the fact that time flies away before you realise that you wonder where the time has gone. So I'm just going to trim those down. And I'm not very good with scissors doing straight lines. I'm going to be totally honest. There we go. And I've got to try and work out, now I don't want to cover the bird, I'm wanting that to sort of be roughly like that, I think. So it looks like it's flying, and then I've got the time flies up there. So what I might do, I think, is actually glue that down and then decide where to put the time that flies little sign. Now then, I might have to trim the wings a little bit more, because if I could slot it on like that I would be made up. But to actually get that to be on there, let me just trim those bits down a bit again. So I say it's made from like a paper clay, air dried. But I thought it matched quite well with the little bird's colouring of its wings. So let's see. Let me just see if I can hold this down a bit flatter to make life a little bit easier for myself, so it doesn't keep falling off. So I'm going to want that to go on there like that. And I don't mind if the clock is raised up a little bit at all. Right, so that goes on there. I'm quite happy with that. And over here a little bit. Yeah. Possibly. Because I can't really see what I'm doing because it's towards the camera. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Right, so to the glue. Now, you might have seen before the fact that I use the heavy body gel and I use that as a glue in lots of my work because it's brilliant in respect of if it gets banged, it's got that little bit of flexibility that using a glue gun hasn't got. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. So I'm going to glue that, I think there like that. And then I'm going to want to have this sort of like there, and then that glued on there like so. Right, brilliant. Okay, got an idea where I'm going. But this is probably the hardest bit. So put a bit of glue onto there, like so. And we'll have it sort of like that, I think. And then this has got to match onto there like that. Brilliant. Right, okay. I'm wanting that to stay there. I'm going to put a big blob of the glue on the clock. So there we go. And as I say, I don't mind if the clock is raised up a little bit at all. There we go. Hopefully that's enough glue to keep it in place. Yes. Okay, yes, I quite like that. You can see the sort of gist. And then I'm going to put that time flies just across there like that. So again, what I'll probably use is some of the heavy body gel on there, like so. And there we have our little box. All done. All I've got to do now is just wait for that to dry. And we've got another one of our little boxes made from a Matchbox. And obviously you can do as many different varieties as you want, but I think they could make quite nice gifts. So, thank you for watching, and hopefully you might have a go at doing something a little similar. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have subscribed, thank you so much, it is appreciated. And thank you for all the lovely comments that I've been getting. I do appreciate it. And don't forget to check out my Etsy shop and also my Instagram. On Instagram I post everything that I make. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll probably see you again shortly. Bye.